My name was Isabel LaCroix. I was born in 1306. I did not attend the funerals. I watched from a distance. My parents were sealed in the LaCroix family mausoleum on the hill. Behind the shipyard, stone angels with chipped wings stood guard. The priest spoke Latin. I could no longer bear to hear their coffins were heavy oak lined with lead. They were lowered into the crypt where a third sarcophagus waited, empty, carved with my name. It was meant for me. I stood in the tree line while masons set the seal. No one saw me. Brandr did not go in the ground. His people came for him. They built a small Norse ruin by hand on the cliff facing the sea. They laid him in a wooden coffin with his axe across his chest. They sang in a language I did not know. I understood the grief. When they left at dusk, their longboats went west with torches lit. At nightfall, I went to him. The ruin was new and smelled of sea salt and cut stone. I pried the slab enough to see his face. He was cold. I wept and could not forgive myself. I had killed the only man who ever looked at me and did not flinch. I pressed my forehead to the wood and whispered his name until my throat was raw. I visited often. I would go to my parents first. The mausoleum door was heavy, but I learned the trick of the latch. Inside it was quiet and dry. I sat on the floor between their sarcophagi and talked to them, as if they could hear. I told them about the hunger. I told them I was sorry. I did not save them. Sometimes I slept in my own empty sarcophagus because it felt like the only bed that was truly mine. On lonely nights, I went to Brandr. The ruin faced the sea and wind came through the gaps in stone. I would climb onto his coffin and lie on top of it, my cheek against the wood, as if I could hear a heartbeat through it. I told him about the village. I told him I still loved him. The tombs remained undisturbed. Villagers thought the LaCroix crypt was haunted. They were right. I did this for 3 centuries. Wars came. The village was torched and rebuilt and torched again. Armies marched through with banners I did not recognize. I learned to move in smoke. Robbers came for the LaCroix mausoleum because they heard the shipwright buried gold with his wife. They never made it inside. I killed them in the trees and left them for wolves. I guarded my parents' tomb as I guarded Brandr's. No one touched them. Then the plague came. The Black Death rolled in like fog. Bells rang all day. Streets emptied. I watched from rooftops as plague doctors in beaked masks burned the dead in pits. The smell was sweet and terrible. One by one, the families I had known since childhood died. The house I grew up in was taken by the town and turned into a pest house. Men with sores lay in my mother's parlor. It did not last. The doctors fled. The house was abandoned and fell into ruin with the rest of the village. By the time the plague lifted, my home was gone. The village was abandoned, a memory swallowed by forest. I went to the mausoleum one last time to say goodbye. Moss had taken the angels' faces. Ivy pulled at the door. Inside, dust lay thick on my parents' names. I cleaned them with my sleeve. I sat between them until sunrise threatened. I went to Brandr last. The ruin still stood, half collapsed, facing the sea as it always had. Lichen grew over the stones. I sat on his coffin and reminisced about the night. He told me he would come back. I told him I was leaving. I told him I would carry him with me. Soon after, I left on ship for Finland, now called North America. I settled in Massachusetts. It was 1691. The cold coast, the pine trees, the harbor full of ships reminded me so much of my old home that it ached. I remained here, observing, learning this new world, blending in with it. A year later, a public execution, a witch hunt in the summer, June of 1692. Bridget Bishop, tavern owner. I remembered her fondly as someone who never backed down from anyone, and her beautiful red coat. Her neighbors accused her of shape-shifting, causing local property damage, and bewitching young girls absurd. These people do not know a thing about dark magic and witchery. I knew these were false. Bridget Bishop was the first person tried by the newly formed Court of Oyer in Termina on June 2nd, 1692, and was quickly found guilty based on spectral evidence. I laughed to myself, mocking the case, spectral evidence. Bridget Bishop was hanged just 8 days after her trial. I had been very observant and learned about everyone in the town. Innocent blood was shedding, and I knew their names. Following Bridget Bishop's death, 19 more people were executed, and at least 5 others died in prison. I knew all of their names. I wrote them down. I still have the list. There will be hell to pay.